Hello students, I hope your study is going well. Today I will explain about the image formed by a plane mirror. Okay, so you see here, let P is a point object in front of the plane mirror. So this P is a point object and plane mirror is here M dash. So what is P here? P is a point object in front of the plane mirror. A ray PQ strikes the mirror at Q normally is reflected back along the same path. So from this point P, a incident ray, this one, is strike the mirror at point Q, and after when this ray strike the mirror, then this incident ray get reflected back along the same path but in the opposite direction. Clear? So this is what this incident ray is strike the mirror normally. So normally means it makes angle 90 degree with the surface. Another ray PO, you can see here, this is the another incident ray PO strikes the mirror surface. Okay, it strikes the mirror surface and is reflected along OR. So this another incident ray PO strikes the mirror at point O and is reflected along OR. When the reflected ray OR, this one reflected ray OR, another reflected ray QP are produced in the backward direction, okay, as by dash line, then they appear to meet at P1. As you can see, they intersect each other at point P1. So actually what? When these rays are thrown in the backward direction, then only they appear to meet at point P1. So therefore, this P1 point is the partial image of the object P. Okay. So now we are going to find the distance of the image P1 from the plane mirror by using the simple geometry. So now you see here, draw ON normal to the mirror surface. So it is a mirror ON. Which one is ON? This one ON. So this line is a normal to the mirror surface. Angle I is equal to angle 1. So you can see this PO incident ray and NO the normal. The angle between these two rays is called the angle of incidence. This angle is always equal to your angle 1. Why? Because it is a pair of alternate angles. Clear? So this angle 1 and this angle I, they are equal. Why? Because you can see here PQ and NO are parallel lines. Okay, so this PO line intersect these two parallel lines, and here angle I is equal to angle 1. That is called a pair of alternate angles. And angle 2 is equal to angle R. So you can see here, this one is the angle 2 and this is your angle R. What is angle R means? Angle R means angle of reflection. It is the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. This is called angle of reflection. So the angle between the angle of the angle of reflection and angle 2 are equal. Why? Because a pair of corresponding angles. Okay, so you can see here this line and these lines are parallel. So if this line intersect these two lines, then this R and 2 become a called corresponding angles. Clear? So this angle I is equal to 1, angle I is equal to angle 1, and angle R is equal to angle 2. Next is that, but you know angle I is equal to angle R. What? Angle I is equal to angle R. Why? Because by the law of reflection. Okay, so this angle I means angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection by the first law of reflection. Therefore, you can see here angle I is equal to 1, angle 2 equal to angle R, and I is equal to R. I is equal to R. Therefore, angle 1 must be equal to angle 2. Therefore, angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Clear? So now in triangle POQ, which one is triangle POQ? and triangle P1OQ. P1OQ. So you can see this triangle POQ and triangle P1OQ, these two triangle, angle 1 equal to angle 2. So this angle 1 is equal to angle 2, as we have just proved here. Angle OQP, this angle, and angle OQP1, this angle, they are what? 90 degree each. Therefore, they are also equal. Next, OQ is equal to OQ. That means you can see in this triangle POQ and triangle P1OQ, OQ is common to both the triangle. So that is, you can say OQ is equal to OQ. That is common side of the two triangle. Therefore, the triangle POQ and triangle P1OQ are what? You can say congruent. Okay, these two triangles are congruent. Hence, PQ must be equal to P1Q. What? PQ must be equal to P1Q. As you know, if two triangles are congruent, then their corresponding sides are also equal. Their corresponding sides are what? PQ and P1Q are equal. So thus, in a plane mirror, so you can see here, thus in a plane mirror, the distance of object from the mirror is equal to the distance of image from the plane mirror. Okay, so what is this? This, it is a plane mirror. In this case, P is your point object, and distance of the point object from the mirror is PQ, and distance of the image from the mirror is P1Q. Okay, you got that PQ is equal to P1Q. That means distance of the object from the mirror and distance of the image from the mirror, they are equal. Clear? So this was about the image formed by a plane mirror. So what you learned, that image formed by a plane mirror, in this case the distance of image is always equal to the distance of object from the plane mirror. Clear? Now the characteristics of an image formed in a plane mirror. So you see here P1 is called what? Partial image of the object P. So what are the characteristics of the image? Number one, the image is partial. Obviously, why it is partial? Because these dashed lines are actually, they appear to meet if they are drawn in the backward direction. But actually the reflected rays, that is QP and OR, they does not intersect. But they appear to intersect only if they are drawn in the backward direction. That's why it is called image is partial. And number two, image is erect. In case of plane mirror, the image form is always erect. Okay, whenever you see your face on a plane mirror, then you always find that your face is, the image of your face is always erect. Okay, number three is the image is of same size as the size of object. That means if the object size is suppose 1 meter, then the image size will also be of 1 meter. That is the size. Okay, size means the height of the image and height of the object both are equal. Number 4, image is laterally inverted. So what is laterally inverted means? The left side of the object appears to be as the right side of the right side in the image, and right side of the object appears to be as left side of the image. That is called laterally inverted. Number 5, image is formed as far behind the plane mirror as the object is in front of it. As we have just proved here, that the distance of the object from the mirror and distance of the image from the mirror both are equal. Therefore, the image, that is the image, is formed as far behind the plane mirror as the object is in front of it. Clear? So this was the characteristics of plane mirror. This was what? Characteristics of the image formed in a plane mirror. Okay, students. So I hope you should write these notes also by pressing the pause button. Okay.